Friday morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you to our guests for being here today. I know that we are going into a slower week next week, and so that's why this weekend is going to truly matter and truly count. So thanks for being here. For our guests on the line today, welcome to Keep It Moving Group Coaching. This is all about the collective wisdom and the spirit of truly giving to one another, contributing, sharing at the highest level to make sure that we are all moving forward and advancing and improving. That's literally why we do this. So let's do this. I'm going to have somebody take us out on the field, and Samantha, it's actually going to be you today. I don't know if you've done this before. Maybe you have. I can't remember, but nonetheless, I'm going to have you take us out on the field. And here's what I love about what you've been doing. Like, you've been in this game for some time. She hurt her foot last year, had to have surgery, has all kinds of like plates and screws in her foot, but has like turned a corner in the next or last few months, not in regards to her hustle, but in the way that she's showing up in different ways, in a variety of different ways, creating more content. So Sammy, super stoked on everything that you've been doing. Why don't you take the team out on the field? Tell us one thing in business that you're stoked on, and then one personal thing that you're stoked on from this last week. And let's go. Let's hear from you.
So I know I always talk about this because it's actually major, and it's just one simple word. It's my consistency. That one day that I do slack off puts me back like 2 days behind. So what I do, what I've been doing is just making up for those days in the same day, even if I have to work extra hours in my business to keep it going and keep getting escrows, because this is my full-time job. And for those out there struggling, you know, I've been there. I'm kind of still there. Just because I have escrows closing doesn't mean I'm not struggling. You know, there's bills that have to be paid. Just wake up and keep going. Like, don't start tomorrow. Don't start Monday. I learned to start today. I have to get out of the Monday mindset because I'll never get there. And having that Monday mindset has set me back like by months, because I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to start next Monday, and it's Wednesday, and it's like, no, get your ass up and do it now. You know, even with my 5 a.m. where I wasn't struggling and now I am. I don't know what happened. But maybe I've been working a little bit later than I should. And with that, I just get up. I don't care what time it is. I just forget about that 5 a.m. mindset. And if it's 6 a.m., 7 a.m., like, I'm just going to keep going.
Wow.
Because that was giving me anxiety for a long time. Just trying to learn so much all at once. But it's like I learned to take it slowly and just show up.
I love this. You know, I've never heard this term, this Monday mindset, but how many of us are guilty of putting things off? Like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, or I'll do that on Wednesday, or I'll do that, in this case, Monday. I think we've all done that before. And what I find is that when I have something really, really hard to do, or something that I know is going to be a challenge, I block my calendar. I'm like, I just have to tackle this. I just have to tackle this now, or else I'm not going to do it. Right. And so
I've also been listening to Abraham Hicks. I know it's like, she's like a little cartoon on YouTube, but she just has so much to say. It almost like makes me feel stupid of the way I feel. Like, why are you feeling like that? Like, why are you like breaking your head over that? Like, just because you make 50 calls in one day doesn't mean 10 are bad. You know, like, it's just all in my head. So if I can, like, if you guys don't have a lot of people to talk to about your personal business, just listen to her.
Oh, I love this. I love this. Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking us out of the field. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you showing up in a big way. You guys, before we get rolling, there's a couple things that I want to recommend. So anytime that I get books, I want to recommend them to you guys, because I want you to make sure that you're filling your mind, filling your library. So The Catalyst. I have heard nothing but incredible things about this book. And if you've read this book, please throw your hand up. It's written by Jonah Berger. This book, based on what I've heard, is supposed to be a game changer. The Contagious, this book is also written by Jonah Berger. This just came in. The Culture Code, this is more for me on the back end. And The Talent Code. These are 4 books I'm going to be diving into. And then this right here, Habits That Make a Champion. And we're actually going to start our conversation with this, and then we're going to get right into action for the week. So I had a quick question for you guys, and feel free to put it in the chat, or feel free to grab the mic and respond to this, because we have athletes on the call. We have people that have been champions. You know, obviously we all know a champion or a team, so on and so forth. So the question is, in your eyes, what makes a champion? And if you were to list a characteristic of a champion, what is that? And when you can define that, and when you can express that, when you can verbalize that, when you can write that and illustrate that, then the second part of that question is, are you displaying championship qualities in what you do right now in your life and in your business? And there was a quote here from Michael Jordan. I thought I would share it with you because I felt that it was appropriate for the conversation. It said, Michael Jordan said this: the greatest skill was being teachable. I was like a sponge. Even if I thought my coaches were wrong, I try to listen and learn something regardless. There's probably times where you guys don't agree with me, and that's okay. But I promise you, the things that you will learn in this environment, the things that you will learn from Kenny, the things that you'll learn from your brother and sister, I promise you, if you just try to take the one thing out of that and say, you know what, I'm open to learn and open to grow, that's about being coachable. Ask yourself right now, you come to coaching, some of you are one-on-one, you do one-on-one coaching with me, but are you truly right now in your career, are you coachable? And I think this is an important conversation to have. So I listed 10 traits of people that are truly coachable, and I want to see if this resonates with any of you. That you take responsibility for your progress. You are open-minded and curious. You continually want to improve, you listen and welcome feedback. You have humility. You have self-awareness. And what I love about self-awareness is because that is making sure that you remain humble and you're looking at your life and your business and saying, okay, I'm really aware of who I am, who I'm trying to become, my emotional insecurities, whatever that is for you. You have humility. You are respectful of others. You are not afraid to try new things. You are grateful for the help, and you are committed to your constant and never-ending improvement. I believe that the people that are here on this call, you do fall into that, but you have to ask yourself every single day, am I training? Am I preparing like a champion? Every single day. There's not a day where you say, I'm going to put this workout out, I'm going to put our workout off. There's not a day where I'm going to put these calls off because I have a championship mentality. So that's the sentiment. I wanted to open up the conversation, but let's get right into action. When we talk about this week, you guys, there's a big announcement that just happened. What is the big announcement that is the buzz right now on social media? Please grab the mic, raise your hand, put it in the chat. What is the big buzz that is happening right now in the marketplace?
Dreamers are back. The Dreamers program is coming back.
The Dreamers are coming back, and there is $200 million of funds that's going to be allocated for the Dream for Some program. Now, what are you going to do about it? Knowing that this program is coming out once again. And if you guys remember last time, how long did that program last? Anybody remember how many days? Was that 2 days or 2 weeks? Say again?
9 days. It was 9 days.
I think it was like between 9 days to 12 days, somewhere along those lines. So here's the thing. Some people worked in a sense of urgency. And even if those people didn't buy a home from that program, some of those people still were engaging and still purchased homes after the Dream for All program. So I think it's important in this platform right now, when we talk about action, my question to each of you is, knowing that that program is now released, what are you going to do about it in a marketing standpoint? What is the plan? And if you don't have a plan, then let's develop one right now and see how we're going to take massive action on this new or continued program. So who wants to grab the mic and tell me what their marketing plan is for this? And what I'm talking about is what you're going to post on social, how you're going to post on social, how you're reaching out to your spheres, it's going into your newsletter, what videos are you going to drop? Like, I want to know, and I want you guys to take some notes on this, because there's going to be people that capitalize on this, or there's going to be people that do not create a sense of urgency. And I want you guys to be the ones that capitalize on this. So let's go. Let's have a full stream of conversation on this. So let's go first. Jess Bling, I know you took a small little break. I appreciate that. Let's hear from you. What are you doing about it? What's the marketing plan, and how are we going to capitalize on this new program, continued program?
Me and one of my preferred lenders were actually talking yesterday through text. We are immediately going to be putting together an Instagram Live and also a Zoom about the Dream for All being one of the highlights. And we're going to get that shit on the calendar within the next couple of days. And we're going to start promoting it like crazy so that we can educate people better on it, because I feel like some people thought it was too good to be true. And now that I've gone through it with the transaction, I can explain the process from my side. And just education, man. Well, that's it. Educate people.
All right, cool. And so Jess, let's go a step further. You have a weekly newsletter. Is this going into your newsletter?
Yeah, it's going into my weekly newsletter. It's going to go into my database. It's going to go on all of my social medias. Like when I say it's going to be like a flyer, but I'm also going to create a video about it, inviting people that will also go to my database. So my hope is, I'm speaking a little prematurely, but my hope is within the next week, maybe sooner, to get this literally on the calendar and already ready to roll and advertise and have the actual class.
Beautiful. I love this. And you know, one of the things that I wrote here and I highlighted it or I started, it was go live. You guys have your preferred lenders. We have preferred lenders on the call today. And you may not know this, or you may already know this, but Instagram is going to start putting you higher in the algorithm based on how many people are doing lives. They want us to go lives. They want that raw interaction with another person, you and another person, or you and a couple other people. But this live is definitely going to have some shelf life, especially for this program. So for the lenders on the call, if you guys can answer this, what is the exact drop date of the new program? Or excuse me, I keep on saying new program. It's not a new program, but when is the extended release date? When is that happening? I know we have a couple lenders on the team from the Money Store. Anybody want to chime in on that? Money Store going once, Money Store going twice. All right. Madrano, are you a lender? Marcelina, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Are you a lender?
The Money Store. We work for the Money Store. So yes, a lender. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So the Money Store, the question was for both of you guys. Neither one of you answered it. So I'm curious, what is the exact drop date of the program?
We don't know the exact drop dates. We know that it's coming out and it's a rumor, but there is no set date.
Okay. All right. So sometime soon though. So sometime soon. All right, cool. So
I was told it's going to be about 2 months.
One more time.
I was told that someone told me yesterday that it's going to be about 2 months.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So what are we doing about it? Once again, what is the marketing plan? What is the approach? How are we going to reach out to people? Who else wants to chime in? Knowing that this program is coming back out, who has a plan of action? Anybody else want to share? Go ahead, Ilona. I know you're driving. If it gets cut out, we'll cut your audio or we'll cut your camera, but let's hear from you.
I think it's actually really great that we don't know when the date is. It's giving us extra time to type it up. And we did the same thing last time where they only dropped the date like really close to it, but everybody was talking about it for so long. So I think we should use that to our advantage, that we don't know when the date is, but we need to get everyone ready, get all their paperwork going, like use that part. Because once it drops, it's only going to be there for like 3 days. So if everybody gets their stuff together now and starts talking to you now, then, you're more likely to be able to apply for that. And then something else that I thought about, I had a couple people also try to use that program last time it was out, and I'm going to contact them directly and have them start talking to the lender again and get them excited about the opportunity again, because they already got all their paperwork in and something happened and we didn't, we ended up not winning the offer, but we were still in the time frame of qualifying for it. So I'm going to reach out to some of the other people that I had already started talking to, and then I'm going to do like an email blast to my database, not the big database, and remind everyone that, this is time to start talking about this, because this is huge. It's a blip and very few people are going to qualify for it. But for us as realtors, this is a huge opportunity to market, talk, get out there, get people interested. And I also realized that something that I did with my lender last time is talked about other programs that they offer that are still available, or maybe your lender has a special program that they offer where they're doing a 5% or something else that we can offer to people if and when that is no longer available, so that there is something to fall back on.
Totally. Yeah. A plan B. I think this is really, really important, because for the people that want to go after renters and do this no renter left behind movement, this is a really great intro to that conversation, because people might need a little bit of help right now. But if anything, all this does is gives you a reason to reach out to your database. If they've bought a home, whether they're in the market or whether they know somebody that's in the market, this should be part of your flow. I'm going to call every single person in my database. Every single person is going to get information about this. I'm going to put this on LinkedIn. I'm going to put this on Facebook. I'm going to go on Instagram. I'm going to create some great content around this. I'm going to go live on Instagram with a preferred lender. I'm going to do that a couple times over the next few weeks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I am broadcasting this so loud. So even if I'm not able to get somebody into contract with the program, at least I get them ready, get them thinking, get them excited about home ownership. And if it's not that program, Mr. Buyer, there's all these other programs that we can help you with, because what we want to do is we want to spark their emotional reasons why they want to purchase a home. And if it doesn't work for them, it's cool. There's other programs out there. So let's go to Chris B. Let's go to Joellen. I want to hear from you guys. Like, what is the plan? Knowing that this program is about to drop, what is the plan? What are you going to do about it? And how are you going to approach your clientele right now?
Yeah, so right now what I'm doing is I'm creating a list of people that my lender and I got approved for that loan recently, and we're actually going to go back in and get them to, potentially move forward. And then we also have a listing that's kind of sitting still, and we're going to promote that listing as a home that could qualify for that program.
Beautiful, beautiful, awesome. And then do you have a newsletter?
I do have a newsletter, a monthly newsletter.
And how many people does this newsletter go out to?
300.
300. Are you going to include this in your newsletter?
Yes, and it's also going to go out in a text and a call and Real Scout messages.
Beautiful. I love this. Awesome. And so people in Real Scout, how many people do you have in Real Scout? Just give me a rough number.
Gosh, I have probably about 25 people in Real Scout.
Okay, plus the 300. And then are you going to do any active new campaigns like door knocking to renters? Is that going to be a part of your flow as well?
Probably not, but we'll do, Danielle and I learned about this flyer that goes directly out to real estate agents that we're going to market our listing to them about this.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love it. Let's go, Chris B. Let's hear from you. Knowing that we have this program on the horizon, once again, what are we going to do about it? What's the plan? What are you going to put into action right away?
I had 2 clients that were going for that program, and then one offer submitted when it ran out last time. So I'm gonna, and they were kind of bummed out. So I'm gonna follow up with them today. Just heard about this, and let them know it's back in and to line up with the lender. Make sure their paperwork updated. That way, when it is available, they'll be like first in line. And then I'm just gonna reach back out to all my my lead list and call them and say it's a opportunity for them, and it gives you a point to offer value and information. So it just raises the conversation back up again and gets them interested back in buying.
Let me ask you, Chris, when you look at your database right now, how many people are in your database? Just total number.
From past clients and everything, probably about
Everyone.
Probably about like close to 1,000, I think.
1,000. And think about this. Think over the next 3 weeks, you say, no matter what, I'm going to make sure to send every single person in my database a message about this, whether it's for them, whether it's for a family member, whether it's just to spark that initial conversation about, oh my God, have you heard what's back? Well, no, Chris, what is that? And you share that information. I promise you something positive is going to come out of you reaching out to 1,000 people. Chris, do you have a newsletter?
I don't.
Okay, so create a newsletter, get the MailChimp template from our marketing department. They'll give you the template, and then you just fill in the assets, right? It's really simple, and you and Sophia can create one. And then if you guys have not scheduled time to get in the fast booth in the next couple weeks, schedule time, reserve that time, go in there and create a really dope video about this. We saw that surge of videos last time. This is a great opportunity for you to create a dope video about the program and what's available and what's coming soon. So Chris, love this for you. Let's hear from one other person armed with what you know right now. What is going to be your approach? What is going to be your process? Who are you going to reach out to? Like, what does that look like? And if you don't have a plan, my hope is that by the end of the call, you guys have a clear path of who you're going to reach out, how you're going to reach out, and by when, because I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity. Who else has some contributions for this conversation? Let's go, Jordan. Let's go, Jordan, then we'll go to LaToya. Jordan, I know you're on your morning walk. Let's hear from you. Knowing what you know about this program, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, I'm on board with mostly what everybody else said. I just started a monthly newsletter last month, and I'm working on my one to send out for July with, 4th of July stuff. And so I'm going to add that onto it. I think I'll make a reel and then put that reel in the newsletter so that people go straight to my Instagram and then they can follow me that way. I like the door knocking idea. I might work on a template or a flyer to do that. I really like that idea. I have a lot of renters in my immediate area where I live. So I'll probably do that. And then, yeah, so just that's what I'm thinking. Instagram reel, newsletter, door knock.
Beautiful, beautiful. I love it. Latoya, let's hear from you. Knowing what you know about the program, what are you going to do about it?
I'm going to create news flyers, door knock to renters. I'm going to sending out text emails, and I'm also getting people pre-approved. That was a program that did go pretty fast. I did have a couple of buyers at the time that wanted to get in the program, but the timing was, the funds just depleted so quickly that they weren't able to take advantage of that opportunity. So I did send out an email to a couple of the buyers right now while we're on the phone, letting them know, hey guys, this Dream for All program come back. Even though I did find out yesterday morning from a lender that emailed me, but I just didn't, I was like, oh, it's gonna go pretty fast. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do.
I want you to look at this as, obviously we want a buyer to get into contract with this program, but I just literally want you guys to use this as an opportunity to engage with people, that hopefully there's somebody's going to be able to get into the program. But all I want you to do is to stir the pot a little bit and create some engagement with your consumers. And that's your entire database. That's going on Facebook, that's going on LinkedIn, that's going on your Instagram, that's going in your newsletters, talking to the renters. When you're in the grocery store and you hear somebody say, oh yeah, we're just renters, we can't buy at these prices. Well, cool, we have this new program just about to drop. That's just great engagement. Joellen, you had your hand up one more time. Let's go back to you.
I just want to point something out, that we also want to be really careful with what we say about the Dream for All program and the current buyers that we already have that are already approved, because this could make them want to hold up for a minute to try to catch that 20% and might want to make them back out from what you guys are already doing. So be really careful what you're saying with all this excitement, like, oh, the new program's out. Oh, now your buyer's like, well, wait a minute, maybe I should stop my loan right here and wait for that program to come out, because we don't know when it's coming out, and that could mess up your whole deal right now.
Totally. And if they have not obviously done all their education courses and they say, oh, well, we want to wait, they don't do their education courses, that money goes away, they don't capitalize on that. And now the houses have gone up 7, 8, 10% since they first got pre-approved. Now they're in a shitty position. So I 100% agree with you, Joellen, and thank you for that sentiment. Jordan, you had something in the chat. I just want to address this. Can we brainstorm on a good hook? So are we talking an Instagram hook for this?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you guys, while we're having a conversation, why don't you guys put your hooks or your potential hooks in the chat down below? I'm curious to know what you guys have to say about this and how you would frame this for a hook for a video. And I'll give it some thought as well. But let's do this, you guys. We obviously know that this is a program that's on the horizon. It's going to work for everybody. No, not necessarily, but it will work for you to have reasons to engage and reasons to start stirring the pot and getting into your database. Let's do this. Let's talk about action. When we talk about action on Fridays, this is who had something this week that was worth talking about in their eyes, meaning was it a new appointment that you booked for? Was it a buyer's consultation that you thought that you just crushed? Did you get somebody in a contract? Did you sign a new listing? Did you land that open house that you've been searching for and needing and wanting, and you finally got in the neighborhood that you want? Talk to me about your wins, and I want to hear like the whole entire story and the strategy. So we'll go Jordan, we'll go Joellen, and I know there's other wins on this call today, so please throw your hand up, get involved in this conversation. Let's go back to Jordan, then we'll go back to Joellen, and then get your hand up. And Marthella, the only question I ask for you is if when you contribute, if you can throw your camera on. Jordan, let's go.
This week has been a shit show. Well, it started off as a shit show, and then I think I've kind of rounded it out. So my listing fell out of contract on Monday, 3 days before close. So that was an experience for me. And I feel like I'm super grateful for this experience not being very easy, because I'm learning a lot. But on the flip side of that, some buyers of mine, I am about to get them into contract for my listing today. So I ended up being able to double end the deal. Cross your fingers.
Wow.
Through. But that feels like a really good win for me. And I feel so much better than I did on Monday. I was very bummed, but it all works out. So I feel good about that.
Okay, so there's a lot here, and I think this is worth having a conversation. So Jordan, what happened 3 days before escrow? This is a learning lesson for everybody. If you can share some of the details with everyone on the call, what happened 3 days before escrow?
Yeah, it was literally just cold feet. The couple was young. This is an older house and it's a really great house, but I don't really know. It's like we went through everything. We got the appraisal, inspections went through. After inspections, we negotiated a seller credit for them that was enough and then some to cover all of their costs. So we made that work for them. And then it just came down to one person in that relationship just couldn't make a decision. And they were kind of leaving us hanging. So then their realtor kind of gave them an ultimatum and was like, you can't do this. Like, you have to let them know if you're moving forward or not, because you're about to close. Like, we're about to be done. And so they ended up just deciding to back out.
Were they past their contingency window?
Yeah.
Did they lose their EMD?
No.
Wow, geez.
Yeah, title still sent it back. So.
Wow. All right. Well, their shortfalls were your gain, right?
I guess so. Yeah, it ended up being that way.
I would want to know who the agent was representing them, because that's way far. They could have risked their whole entire EMD. So, well, good job. Way to see it through. Way to close it out, and way to double end it. Obviously, you know, we don't recommend always double ending deals, but in this case, it's actually the perfect storm for you. So congratulations. Let's hear from you, Joellen. Talk to me about some wins this week. What happened? What did you do? What did you achieve? Let's share some strategies with the team.
Yeah, so one of my listings went live last Friday. I did a 3-day mega open house. I did Twilight on Friday. See, every day was a theme. Had about almost 35 people come through during the weekend.
So let me ask you really quick, and just layered questions on this. When you say each day was a theme, so each open house was a theme, what were the 3 themes that you had?
So Friday night, it was bocce ball, pizza, and wine. We had probably about 10 people come out to that, plus my title reps came and supported. We were playing bocce ball. We just made it a party. The sellers felt like celebrities, just so you know.
Oh, and the sellers were there?
Yes, my sellers were there. So
I saw the video of you playing bocce ball in the backyard. I'm like, this is so cool.
Yes,
Awesome. All right, so continue on. So
I
bocce ball.
I did a marketing video, and my sellers were included in that marketing video.
Smart.
And they were playing bocce ball. Now I'm going to take the pieces where we did a champagne toast for a reel of congratulations on the sale of their property. So it really shows my niche that I'm really involved in holding on to the hands of my clients, you know, every step of the way. So that's the big picture there.
You know, and here's the thing, I want you guys to listen to this, because oftentimes, what do? What's going on, you guys? Welcome to 123 Main Street. Let's go take a look inside. Or, hey guys, I'm hosting this open house. And so many times we don't include the sellers. Like this is a really good approach for you. So just to back up in the conversation, you had bocce ball was one of the themes. What were the other 2?
And then the next day was carnitas were being made on the barbecue. My lender had a special sauce. People were coming, drinking, some little seltzers, eating tacos. We had people walking around the property with their food and drink, and they said that they really love this feel of an open house because they don't feel pressured and it's just easy to sit and talk. So,
okay, yeah. I've walked into an open house before, and the guy's just sitting there like this with his iPad. Oh, come on in. Yeah, you guys go ahead and sign up there. It didn't even get up. It didn't feel like a party. It didn't feel like an event. It didn't feel like a mega open house should feel. And so I love this. And what was the 3rd theme?
And the 3rd one was a fiesta day. It was like it was chips and salsa and some Coronas. I had my lender right there. She's sitting there with her computer, and I was talking to a lady, and she wasn't yet pre-approved, and she loved the house. And I said, well, here, why don't you come over here and have a seat with my lender? She has her computer right there, and literally she had a seat, took all her information down, and they started talking about the programs.
Beautiful. And Joellen, let's talk a little bit about the preparation. We'll go to the next step about, you know, what happened, people. How are you promoting it? Are you doing an event on Facebook? What are you doing to truly promote your open house?
Can you guys hear me okay? I got the housekeepers. I can ask them. Okay. So Facebook Marketplace, marketing videos all over Facebook, Instagram, door knocking for 3 days. Every day we did a door knock. Next door is my biggest hyper.
And let me just back up 1 second. When you say knocked for every single open house, you did 3 open houses. How many doors total did you knock?
18 on Friday, and I think it was like 25 on Saturday and 25 on Sunday, somewhere around there.
All right, and so you said you put it on Facebook, you put it on Marketplace, also did your Instagram video. Is that the cadence that you stick to every single time you have an open house like this?
Yes, and next door because next door, this is our neighbor in our community, so it goes on there. They get invited to the open houses for the entire weekend. And I've already done an estate sale, so most of these neighbors already know what I'm doing because they see that's my process. Every time I have an estate sale, it shows that I have a new home coming to market. That's
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Let's talk about the results. What happened?
Yeah. So the results are, so Tuesday I did an offer deadline, got in a couple offers. This one family was just really hard at working, but their agent lowballed us $70,000. So instead of me just ignoring the agent and rejecting it with my sellers, I said, well, let's just give them a call and see where they're coming from and why they would do this. And what I found out was because, they wanted to give a 3-2-1 buy down. So they wanted a credit of 29,000. I said, well, you know what, why don't you look at it this way? Maybe you present it in this fashion and how I had them right. But what I did was I called one of my local team members, Bill, who is up in this area. He's been here for many years. So he knows the properties, the appraisals, everything. And I said, Bill, I'm in this situation, will you work it out with me? So we talked it out. So I called the agent back and I said, hey, how about you do something like this? You write it at 650,000. We're listed at 625. Ask for your 4.5 seller credit. We have $30,000 in inspections that need to be repaired. Okay. So I said, waive the inspections, come up with 3% EMD within 24 hours. And then you might have a really strong offer. They did exactly what I said. My sellers loved it and we got them into contract.
Wow. Wow. I love this. I love this. How many people came through total? So you had, was it two offers or 3 offers?
We had 2 and it was about, 2.
Awesome. And then how many leads did you gain from your 3 open houses that are in your CRM?
That's another thing. So I had buyers calling me wanting to go directly to me because they said that their realtor, they've just been getting written out. They're not getting anywhere. They're not showing up to the appointments. I got 3 brand new buyers and I could have double-ended it, but I said I had Bill actually talk to those 3 buyers because yes, I could represent them, but I didn't feel I could do it clean or fairly, but yet I could still be a part of it. So I have 3 new buyers.
Wow. Yes, let's give her some congratulations. Let's give her some love. I mean, a few things to take away from this conversation. Not only is she a great negotiator, but all the prep work that it takes to do a very successful open house. This is not about scurrying. This is not about a frantic pace 1 hour before to go put your signs out on the corner and you're in your heels and now you're sweaty and you're trying to get back in your car, and then you get to the open house and there's already a car in front and you got to go inside and you got to put all your stuff down and you're not prepared, and now people start coming in and you're at this frantic pace. Has anybody ever ran an open house like that before? Let's be real. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that
back
happens.
in the day.
Exactly. This is about progression and making sure that we are fully prepared and that we're ready for it. And this is
you know what, guys? This is also a lead off of next door. This is another listing I got off next door in 2 months. And not only
Go ahead. I was going to ask you something. Go ahead.
And this was about a 25-hour, just this last weekend was about 25 hours worth of work. But I didn't do it by myself. I brought in my team, my lenders, my title. I mean, I just brought in, and I made like you said, I made my sellers feel like celebrities. They felt so good. And their daughters in Redwood City, they work for Google. I mean, they have 2 other daughters that want me to sell their house now in Auburn and Loomis. And I mean, it just feels so good. But I put a lot of work in like this last month, but guess what? It's totally paying off and I feel blessed to be there.
I love this. You guys, you need to look at an open house as a true marketing platform, a marketing campaign that takes thought. It takes, procedures. It takes preparation. It's not just I'm going out and throwing some signs up and hoping this works out. This should be a thought out 3-4 day process of you prepping and planning and getting ready for this open house. And this is a clear example of
and don't do it alone, right? Don't do it alone. Call some people in and, do it together.
Heck yeah. Really good job. I think next Friday, Joellen, I think it's probably time. Why don't you and I, and then you'll lead this. Let's turn the mic over to you. Why don't you just do a full demonstration of how you're capitalizing on next door, with a disclaimer that nobody does it in the neighborhood that you're doing it
Not in my neighborhood, yeah.
Right? I think this would be good for people to learn from, but I appreciate the sentiment and contribution. Marcelo, let's go over to you. Talk about action, big wins for the week. What did you do? What was the strategy? And let's share with everyone. Let's go.
Okay, so this week was actually pretty good. This past week, I have 2 listings coming up, and one seller already signed, so I'm putting his on the MLS now. The other one, I'm just waiting for him to sign the listing agreement. So that was good. And then I have 2 buyers. One went into a contract with a new build, so those are easy for us. And the other one was going to actually buy. It was a model home, so that client got. And my other client came, and she had 3 other houses on her list. I said, let me take you by this one. So I took her by and she's going to buy the 2-story. So both of them are getting the model home of the new construction. So that's awesome. And so, yeah, it's been a good week. And so one of them is a real fixer-upper duplex out here. So I know I'm going to get multiple offers because we're pricing it a little bit under because of the work that it's a fixer. And ironically, I went to go to check it out for the first time myself, and he had a potential buyer show up like right as I was about to leave. He said, oh, they're probably coming, shortly there. So I pull up, he has his team shirt on and everything. So I introduced myself, and so I left, and then the seller calls me back and say, yeah, let's list it. So that was pretty good. So we already know he wants to come in at 250,000-60,000. So we went 300 so that he could stretch, or someone else would come with that or more. So pretty excited about this too.
Look at your business. Where's your business coming from? Like, how did you cultivate these leads?
Most of my business now is coming from referrals, or I'm doing like bots on Facebook, ads. Yeah.
So you said you're doing bots on Facebook ads?
Yeah. So I get the ad, I put the Facebook ad, and then I have them responding to Messenger, and then I have the bot in Messenger. So it pretty weaves through all the, when you want to move, are you pre-qualified? It takes them where I need them to go. So by the time that I jump in and respond, I already know their time frame, are they approved, what price range we're looking for, what area, how serious they are.
Wow. So Marcelo, let me ask you this. What is the bot called, and what is your spend on the bot?
I spend well, for the Facebook ads, I spend about $4 a day, because I have one going for new construction right now, hence is getting those 2. And then I have $2 a day going toward down payment assistance. So I've been running that for a couple months now, maybe 3 months now.
And is it an outside bot, like a mini chat? What is the actual bot called?
It's a mini chat. Yes, a mini chat. And I paid for, I'm part of Real Estate Ladies Rock group. And in that, they have Jessica created this bot, and it's at first I was skeptical. I'm like, oh yeah, $4 or $5 a day, whatever. I've spent money on ads in the past, and I was like, I'm doing that again. But it definitely works. It definitely works.
Okay. I love this. You guys, so it's something I'm actually installing myself is the ability to capitalize on DMs. What we want to do is we want to create content that drives an interaction in DM based on a word or a phrase or a catch. And what that does is that based on that interaction, now it goes to literally, like she was saying, it goes to like a questionnaire. So as soon as they're at the top of the funnel, she's going to get a lead that's more prepared, ready, and buy. And so if you guys are not using mini chat, let's have you guys dive into that. We'll probably do a session on this in the next couple of weeks, but it's a way to capitalize on your DMs and your engagement on social media. So it's one thing if you're getting a lot of engagement right now. I'm seeing you guys posting more, and congratulations. Now we say, how can I start to really funnel those people through mini chat into my CRM, and I'm taking the people that are the really good leads that I really want to work with. I think this is a great approach, Marcelo. Congratulations to you. Is it safe to say that your ROI on what you've spent for this is it's in the positive?
Crazy. I didn't even do the numbers, but like I said, for this week, 2 sales, two buyers. And what's cool about it, I also in that chat is also a way for them to book a call with me. So I have my calendar in there. Is one of the things. Are you ready to get started now? Book appointment.
Beautiful. And then you could track all your analytics, how many people have clicked, how many appointments that you've gotten from that, and if it's actually working.
Yep.
Genius, genius. So if you can, Marcella, please put the mini chat down below, and then we can continue to have these conversations. But I want to go to Samandi and I want to go to JT, but I don't see their cameras on, so I will wait a second. I wanted to ask both of you guys a question about traction that you've been getting in the last couple weeks just from your social media. I see both of you guys creating more content. You're out there, you're creating different styles of content. So I want to start with you, Sammy, and then I'll go over to JT. Sammy, what has happened? What kind of engagement? What are some of the results that you're seeing from you just being consistent with what you're creating on social? Let's hear that, and then we're going to continue on the conversation with Johnny.
So I gained, I think I counted like 9 or 10 yesterday followers. I got a buyer lead from my friend. I haven't heard from her since a kid, so I haven't even seen her as an adult. Yeah, she told me like, I just sold my house and I have $88,000 in cash. I want to buy a ranch, so out here in Newman area. I went from posting like once or twice a month to freaking 5 times a week. So it's intense for me. So bear with me, y'all, because I'm still a work in progress.
And to your surprise, or by design, whatever way you want to take the conversation, what has been performing well for you based on what you've been creating?
Like as far on social media?
Totally, yeah. What's
More
been performing
engagement.
well?
Correct.
Which hold on, Sammy. What posts have been getting tremendous amounts of engagement, and to your surprise, like what posts, when you look at your analytics and you look at all the engagement, what posts are getting you a lot of engagement right now?
The one that's been getting me engagement is my mobile home post. I feel like the difference between that one and the other ones I've been posting is because I'm showing my face and talking.
Totally. I love it. I love it. And that's it's a good reflection for you. And I'll tell you what, there's people out there that have built their whole entire career on mobile homes. There's somebody that's all they specialize in, and it's worked for them. So Sammy, good stuff. I love this. And I love that you went from once a month to 20 times a week. I mean, 20 times a month. This is a great jump. And obviously it's pushing you, right? It's pushing you to get more creative, to be more thoughtful about what you create. So good stuff, Sammy. Let's go to you, Johnny Tran. Same question for you, bro. You've been showing up in a big way on social. What's been performing, and how has that led to more engagement for you?
So yeah, I've been posting probably 2 to 3 reels every day for like the past 7 weeks, I guess. Definitely got a lot more engagement. I looked at my numbers recently and I gained like 293 followers just within that 7 weeks. So, I mean, I remember when I was like at 300 followers for like 10 years. So I kind of got that much in 7 weeks, which was like, wow, that's pretty cool. As far as how many accounts I reached 98% more than I did the months prior to doing this. 53% more accounts engaged. So finally got over 1,000 followers. Never thought I would even get anywhere close to 1,000 actually.
Nice. I love it. Congratulations. Now, Johnny, now it's the time where you really think about your call to actions, not only in your video, but in your descriptions down below, and what's driving them to take that to the next level. I think for somebody like you that's creating 3 a day that are quality reels, moving into a mini chat to start that conversation, that's probably evolution for you as well. It's evolution for all of us.
Yeah, definitely.
So, good stuff, man. Good stuff. We see it. Appreciate that. And it's very clear on what you're doing and what your intention is. So good stuff. Let's start to come full circle on this conversation. I'm gonna go over to Joanne. She is a guest on the line today. I'm gonna have Joanne take herself off of mute if you are still there. I'm gonna go over to, let me see, I'm gonna go to Danielle Martinez. And I'm going to go over to those two right now. So Joanne, key takeaways from our time together today. Is there anything that you heard that you said, you know what, this makes sense for me. I can apply this in my business. I can apply this in what I'm doing right now. Any comments, feedback from you? All right, she's not there. Oh, there she is. Joanne, you're on mute.
Got it. Okay, so yes, I just, really inspirational to hear all of everybody's success. Really glad to hear the Dreamers program is coming back. Going to be working on my action items today. What I'm going to do, I'm going to be posting about it on Facebook. Basically, I'm going to get on Facebook, get on the website, grab a link, put on Facebook right away this morning, and then post again about it later. But first, I'm going to post something about my family to break it up, so it's not all real estate, real estate, real estate. So love hearing all the information. So I really appreciate everybody sharing.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate your contributions. Thanks for being here. Let's go to the guru, Colette. Key takeaways from our time together today. What are you going to do? What's your thoughts? What's your plans? How are you going to put some things into motion? Let's hear from you, Colette. And then Marcella, I'll come right back over to you.
What's up, my peoples? Sorry, I just got back from a dog walk. I've been to the gym a bunch. I'm working on
Yeah, okay.
working on an offer proposal right now. I got out of this just all the ideas about promoting. I've already been texting people like crazy about the Dream program coming back. Complete that loan application. Be ready this time. Last time you were rushed. Let's grow that portfolio. Let's get you in a home. So I've got I already texted a lender partner. We're gonna make some videos around it. What else? Yeah, just always, even if I'm not on camera sometimes, because I don't want to make you guys dizzy or whatever. I'm listening, and so thank you for the gems.
Appreciate this. I look at it this way. The Dream for All program is kind of creating a sense of, I'm going on vacation tomorrow. I need to do my laundry. I need to get all my shit together. So there's a sense of urgency. Wherever we go on a vacation, we're so efficient that day before. I got all my little stuff and they're in my little cubes. I got all my cords, everything. There's just this sense of urgency. That's how it should be for this program, is that you create the sense of urgency and you start reaching out and reaching out and reaching out. And even if it's not their time, at least it's an engagement opportunity for them. So we know that there's $200 million worth of funds that are coming. Those funds are going to get eaten up so quick, right? But that engagement will last well past this program. And so that's why I'm excited about that. Marcella, was that a new hand or an old hand?
Oh, it's an old hand. Let me take it down.
Okay. All right. Cool. Let's continue cruising on.
I put that information in the group in the chat.
Okay.
The first one, you don't have to have that. That is a 14-day free trial for their CRM, but you can use your own CRM as well.
Okay, cool. So Boss Up Desk, and then, okay, cool. I love it. Thank you for that. And then Kenny put this in here. It's actually a really cool thing. I was just looking at it this morning. Make sure to sign up for Metricool. It's to track your daily IG growth. They give you some cool stats and figures for you to be able to look at that. And then if you're not creating, I don't know why, then maybe that's a reflection inward and say, okay, I need to get myself on camera and start doing things differently. But I appreciate those links. Let's go over to Marcelina Madrano. Marcelina Madrano, key takeaways from your time together. And once again, thank you for being here. But key takeaways from our time together today. Let's hear from you.
Well, it was nice to hear everyone and how they strategize and how to get business, how to lure people, and how to get the word out, whether it's emails, reels. I'm still learning to do the reels. I'm not too deep into it. I did a few and I was extremely nervous, but I feel like I'm now getting comfortable and doing it. So I'm really excited to hear how, just like the other person, he said that he started to do all these reels and then within 7 weeks he gained all these followers. So the more people that you touch and the more people that are following you see the information that you're pulling out. So that's my goal here. So it was really good learning on how everyone else does it as well.
I love it. I love it. And I mean, if you're close to Christina, she has a really good flow. She has showed up really well on social media over the last couple of years. I would just pick her brain on how she prepares, what she does, and how she, how she creates her content. But yeah, feel free to reach out to any of us. We're here for support. I always say that I'm not perfect on social media. I've just been super consistent, and I've tried new things, and I've been uncomfortable, and now you just find your rhythm. It takes a little while to find a rhythm, but once you have it, it's like, okay, cool. I'm in this band now, and and we're going to play some good music. So I appreciate you being here. Let's go to Renee Sims. Battle, are you there? Let's go to you. Just key takeaways from our time together today. Renee going once, Renee going twice. All right.
Hi, I'm here.
Hi, hon. How are you?
I'm good. Thank
All
you
right,
for all of the information. Today is my first day on. A key takeaway was to be consistent on social media, but also Nextdoor was a real great gem for me. I did not ever even think about Nextdoor. I'm sorry if I'm talking kind of fast. I'm super excited. I'm just excited to be here with you guys today. Thank you for all of the great information.
I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. And let's go ahead and wrap up with Miss Pam Spivey. Miss Pam Spivey, key takeaways from our time together today. Let's hear from you. Good to see your face. Thank you for being here. Really excited about you guys' event tomorrow as well. I saw all the hard work behind the scenes that's going in the Stockton office. So stoked for you, stoked for your participation in that. Let's hear from you. Key takeaways from our time together today.
Wow. It was just exciting to see everybody, just everybody's excitement, all the different gems that were thrown out there. And, yeah, I'm here because I gotta, get on my video game and get out there. Everybody, I'm loving seeing everybody's videos, and you guys have inspired me to say, let me get my video game on, because you guys are just blowing it up out there. So I want to say thank you for inspiring me to come show up and want to, just do everything you guys are doing, because you guys are amazing. So that's
well, I love people love you, and when you contribute and when you're around, the team, they're just like, wow, Pam has so much game to offer us, and you've been in this so long, like there's so much that you have inside you that the world needs to hear. And so I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here, and I know that you have so much to offer the world. We want to hear it, we want to see it, we want to share it, we want to be a part of that. So appreciate you being here, Pam. Let's go Renee one more time. Is that a new hand or old hand? Renee,
it's a new hand.
Go ahead.
The Meta cool link is not working.
The Metricool, yeah, just
okay.
go to Metricool. Oh yeah, it's
got an N instead of M at the
it's
bottom.
got an N in it versus an M. So
Metricool.
Metricool.com.
Metricool. Oh, okay, I see it. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. There it is. All right, guys. So listen, back to the original conversation when we opened this up, and I wanted to ask it one more time before we close out. What makes a champion? In your eyes, what are the characteristics of a champion? A champion shows up when they don't want to. A champion does all the things that they know that they need to do despite how they feel. A champion is consistent. A champion is going to be okay with the repetitious boredom and the monotony of success. That's what makes a champion. So you have to ask yourself, am I showing up as a champion, or am I showing up as a B-League player? If you're on this call, I would presume that each of you consider yourself to be a champion. Well, if you want to be paid like a championship athlete, then you need to show up as a championship athlete. Don't come to coaching and not do shit about it. Don't come to coaching and say, you know what? I'm not going to do anything, but that was really good information. That's not how a champion plays. A champion says, you know what? Thank you for showing me a couple new plays. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to practice those until I have those routes down and they're solid. You guys should, as soon as the call is over, dive into your database, start building that email, start creating a video. Hey, lender, hey, listen, I was wondering, can you go live with me at 10 o'clock today? Perfect. Let's go live. We're going to talk about the Dream for All program. That should be instantly something you guys do. Because remember, next week, you guys are going to lose 2 days. You're going to lose maybe the day before 4th of July and the 4th of July, or maybe the day after. You're going to lose at least 2 days. So let's work with a sense of urgency. And you have to think about your career this way. Don't work from panic, always work from urgency. When you work for panic, that means that I didn't do all the things and now I'm trying to panic and I'm frantic and oh my God, I'm trying to put everything together and now I'm stressed out and oh my God, now I'm gonna, affect my life and my health. Urgency means that every single day I have a sense of urgency. I'm going to make these calls. I'm going to make the videos. So I'm never working from a panic state. I'm always working from an urgency state. And that is a completely different place to live. So you guys, appreciate all your contributions. Appreciate all of your thoughts and all of your insights today. And you guys have an amazing, amazing weekend. Go out there and have some fun. It's going to be a busy, hot weekend. So make sure you're hydrated if you're out there door knocking, doing whatever you're doing. So you guys, Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Appreciate you being here. Judith, if you can stay on for a couple minutes while we can prep for our next call. But you guys, as always, keep it moving towards your dreams, goals, and vision. Have an amazing, amazing day. Peace.